What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the Hungry Road. Thank you for tuning in. So this could be another one of those episodes where I kind of tell you about the restaurant experience because it was like a really nice place. I didn't want to pull my camera out and like have it sitting there looking all weird. So this was a little cool. So we're in Prague now, and I was walking around Prague and I spotted this blue Ferrari Roma. So I went to go check it out, and it was sitting outside of a restaurant called Kampa Park. Now Kampa Park is also on the Michelin guide. I believe it's in the Bib Gourmand section. No, it's not. It's just it's like a notable whatever. So let me back up a little bit. So if you're familiar with the Michelin guide app, you have the distinctions: 3-star, 2-star, 1-star. Then there's like a green star, which is like environmentally friendly or sustainability. Then there's like a Bib Gourmand, which is kind of like runner-up to Michelin star, I would think. Then there's like honorable mention, which is like really good restaurants, but that don't earn a star and like are not runner-up. They're just good. So in this experiment I'm doing now, I'm in Prague. I visit the three steps. So I would call them 3 steps. So this restaurant I'm talking about right now, then one is a runner-up, and then one is actually a star-rated restaurant. So this is the first of the 3, all in Prague, within like a nice little 2 square mile area. So yeah, so the Ferrari's outside Kampa Park, and I try to get a reservation, and like, no, we're all booked up or whatever. So all right, fine. Any for tomorrow? So yes. 6 o'clock? Bet. So I walked around, I pulled the app up, and it's like, give me something similar to that. So we found veeeahhh-teeshi. This is, it looks crazy. The name looks crazy, but it's pronounced veeeahhh-teeshi. It's like Slovak or Czech. And it's a Czech restaurant, and it also features some other international cuisine. So I roll up there like Anthony Bourdain, no reservations, and they happily seated me. And so this is gonna be my experience at veeeahhh-teeshi in Prague of the Czech Republic. So veeeahhh-teeshi is a part of like a 5-restaurant group, which includes like Malinar. I can throw a picture up here. I didn't visit any of the other ones, but it's fine. But this place is awesome. It's so cool. It's like moderate size, so you have different like sections of rooms where you can eat and dine or whatever, and there's a bar section, of course. So I sat like in around the corner, like a smaller dining room, kind of like right next to the kitchen, so I can look in and see all the action. Well, there's a swinging door or whatever, but that no matter. So they also do a champagne brunch on Sundays. I would love to try that. It's a 7-course menu with I think a bottle of champagne for a couple of 2, no problem. But there's 3 different menus you can do when you go in on a regular day. There is the Czech menu, Czech tasting menu, Zátiši tasting menu. Then you go order a la carte. And my server Philip, he was awesome. He like just learned English. Accent was a little hard, but it's okay. He spoke very well. So I spoke to him. He's like, you gotta try the Czech tasting menu. I was like, that's exactly what I want. I want to try Czech food. Never had Czech food. So that's what I did. And the cool thing about these restaurants is that the menus change all the time. I have a picture here from February 7th of my Czech tasting menu, and now I'm looking online at their new Czech tasting menu, and several things are already different. I think it's just awesome when restaurants can change things like that and keep the flavors fresh, so you can go back and back. It's like having a whole new experience when you're eating a whole new tasting menu. So the first thing we have on the menu today is the Focaccia Bread. It was delicious. It was phenomenal. It was soft, but yet crunchy, and the butter was good. It gave me like a vegetable sort of flavor, but I couldn't quite put my finger on it. But that was the bread. It's complimentary. Let's move on. So like in my last video of facile, I'm not gonna have the super descriptions of what the dish is and how it was cooked and stuff, because I didn't think I'd be doing this video, but I really want to showcase this video, so please bear with me. So the next dish we have here, I'm not sure what exactly it is, but it's an Amuse Bouche, so it's not actually listed on the menu. It's kind of like that extra 1 bite thing. Tasted like an elevated tuna fish, like a tuna fish like salad sort of thing. It was brilliantly balanced. The salt was there, the flavors were all there. It was just delicious. I had no complaints at all. And it was like something you could like spread on the Focaccia bread and merge the 2 together. I forgot to mention, I did also do the wine pairing with this one, but like I mentioned in my last video, I'm probably not doing wine tastings going further, I think I do have 2 more videos where I did the wine tasting, but I don't think it's worth it. But anyway, I'm not gonna go over the wine. Wine's wine, it's complicated, I don't know. So the next thing we had was like the first course. This was called potatoes, curd, peppers, dill. None of these things had like actual like names, so it was just like the ingredients. But it was like a croquette potato thingy. It was amazing. It was like tomatoey, it was cheesy. It really reminded me of like Campbell's soup, but like if Chef Campbell went to France and studied under the best French chefs and came back and made this. It was so well balanced. It was awesome. It was warming. It was comfortable. It was like a potato, not a potato soup, but like a tomato soup with like a potato crouton. Did I say the right? Tomato soup with a potato crouton. Very, very, very good. You guys are starting off really strong. Here's where things started to get interesting. So the next course here is a pike perch with carrot, cabbage, and lardo. I'm gonna read from my notes I took that day because it's quite complicated. So it said, interesting to say the least, 3 things that didn't necessarily go together, but bridged by a remarkable sauce that worked well with each of them. But the fish had an amazingly crisp skin, the carrot was cool, and it was dressed up with extra stuff for seemingly no reason in my opinion. The mash, buttery and smooth, it was fine. The carrot was al dente and the onion on top was fine. I just feel like maybe the chef was trying a little hard to like elevate this dish where you could have simplified it. I mean, I'm not a chef, so I'm not pooping on nobody, crapping on nobody, because even the chef's bio on the website says he likes to make dishes very simple, but this was not simple. It was 3 different things that didn't really go together, and you tried to force them together by having this bridge of a sauce. I don't know. It's like the winter menu, and it's supposed to represent different parts of the Czech Republic. No matter, it was still a delicious dish. The next dish was duck breast, parsnips, curly kale, and sea buckhorn. I would call this dish duck 3 ways because that's literally what it was duck cooked in 3 different ways. There was like a liver in the croquette, duck liver, like not foie gras, but like, I mean, I guess foie gras is duck liver, but like, I think this was like real duck liver. Like it was super livery and like irony. I wasn't a fan of it. People who like liver, fine, sure thing. But the duck breast itself was phenomenal. Super crispy skin on top, delicious. And the third thing, it didn't really do much for me. But yes, let's move on. The next dish, our 4th dish on the menu, wild boar raviolo, root vegetables, and rose hips. I see on the menu now they've changed the wild boar to a rabbit raviolo, but most of the other things on the menu still look to be the same. I want the round boar, so yeah, everything else on the menu is the same. Just the rabbit is in place of the wild boar. Anyway, the wild boar ravioli was delicious. The sauce on top was just a bit sweet for me, so you get that, you know, savoriness and that saltiness from a boar, which is pretty much like a lean, really lean pork. And a super sweet sauce. You know, you put like applesauce or raspberry sauce or some sort of sauce on a pork chop. I think that was kind of what he was going for, but just clashed just a little bit. But it was still a delicious dish. And our dessert. So like I said, this is not a Michelin star level dessert. There was no pre-dessert. This is a nice simple tasting menu, nothing crazy. I think it was $18.95 to do it, but that's in Czech money, so it's like a quarter. Is that right? Quarter or 20%. I can put the price in yeah, so tasting menu is $18.95. I can put the thing at the bottom of the screen what it was in US dollars. Wine pairing with another $10.95. You get a glass per course. So I left there a little tipsy, scooted on home, no big deal. So the last dish was the semolina dumplings, curd, and a plum jam. Excellent way to finish the meal there. So dessert was good and executed well. If I could have gotten a little more sweetness out of it, would have been a little bit happier, but it was good. I enjoyed the plum jam. I got what I was looking for. Very well balanced dish. I did not leave with any room in my stomach. I had a good time there. But yeah, that concludes my time here at veeeahhh-teeshi. Zátiši. I forget how to pronounce it, but it was a good time. I do highly recommend this restaurant. I would totally go back and try the other tasting menu, the traditional tasting menu, which kind of explores other avenues of the world instead of just focusing on Czech food. But really good time. Big thank you again to you, Philip. Like I said, he just started learning English as he was working in this restaurant. But yes, to everyone else who showed me great hospitality there, you see my camera, my light and stuff, you didn't make a big deal about it. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. But yes, if you like the video, please go ahead and like the video and subscribe to the channel. All my videos are not like this in this style. I'm usually inside the restaurant and bringing it to you live, that kind of thing, or I'm taking B-roll or something like that. But I just wanted to showcase this restaurant. And I had my camera, you know. I could have taken videos too, huh? I got a couple in there, but yeah, man. This was Zátiši, and yeah, we're still marching toward 10,000 subscribers. Remember, there's never an empty tank or empty stomach on this road. Take care, guys. Stay safe. Thank you.